Bill, you've served here 16 months.
13 days, 4 hours, and 23 minutes. I've been keeping a record.
I can't say you've been a model prisoner. You've been rebellious and unruly. I've disciplined you. But I want you to know now that I acted in the line of duty. I'm a warden, not a judge. It wasn't my business to determine your guilt or innocence.
What are you getting at?
Bill, you're free.
Free?
Yes. I have a court order here for your release. The real criminal responsible for the burglary for which you've been serving time was caught in a stick-up, and he's made a full confession. I'm sorry.
You're sorry. You didn't serve time. I did. I'm sorry I was chump enough to think the cops would believe in nobody like me when I told them I was only trying to help a guy who was shot. I should have kept my nose out of trouble. But don't worry, Warden. I'm wised up now. Because no matter what happens or who gets hurt, from now on, Joe Bell runs the other way.
Cut it out. Somebody will hear us.
I can't help it, Hank.
Oh, please, will you? We have to get on that train that goes through here.
Here, put this on.
No, I'll be all right.
Go on, put it on.
Thanks, Joe.
If it slows down, we'll hop it.
Hiya, Pop. What's the matter? I think I'm taking on some passengers. Good night. Good night.
Listen, mister, you gotta let us stay on this train. This job's up north. If we don't get there in time, it means another 3 months till the harvest comes in out west. Please, mister, you gotta let us stay on this train.
Stop wasting your breath. Come on. I'm warning you right now. If you stop swinging that club, I'll take it away from you and wrap it around your skull.
Just kidding.
He's a nice guy.
Don't kid me. He's gonna get the dicks. Come on, let's get out of here.
Don't be that way, Joe. He's a nice guy. He's gonna give us a break.
Nobody gives guys like us a break. Come on.
We're gonna go. What do you say now, wise guy?
We ain't there yet.
Tough weather, eh, Pop?
Yeah, I'll be glad to get home.
Any stiff riding?
I ain't seen none.
You never see none.
Yeah, I get paid for being a brakeman, not for turning in stiffs.
That's good.
You guys look like you're being chased. Shut the door.
You look like a guy who ain't got sense enough to mind his own business.
Oh, you don't have to worry about us.
He's got a bad cold.
I don't care what he's got. Shut him up.
Can't help it.
I'll keep him quiet.
Stop it, mister. You're choking him.
Get your hands off that kid. I said, keep your hands off that kid.
Joe, take it easy.
Come on down, all of you. Come on, hurry it up. Get out of here. Give me the police.
I told you we weren't there yet.
Hello, Mac. We picked up the 2 guys you were looking for and 3 others with them. I don't know. They'll find out. Yeah. I'll hold him and hurry up. That was a nice job you guys pulled back in town. The man you held up will probably kick off. You know these fellas?
Yeah, sure I know. They helped us pull the job.
It's a crummy lie. We never seen them before in our lives.
When we got back down here, they started a fight over the split.
Well, they're trying to frame us. I tell you, we never seen them before in our lives. We've been on that train ever since it left Sawville.
Lawyer's right.
I thought you said before there wasn't any stiffs riding this train.
Well, I was lying. I saw them get on the train at Sawville, and I let them alone because I saw there were only kids going someplace to look for a job.
You know the company rules on that?
Yes, I know the company's rules.
One of these days, you're going to get big-hearted once too often, and you're going to be fired right out on your ear.
Well, we can wait for the wagon. Take it easy, will you?
You, come here. What's your name?
Jimmy Glenn.
I asked him.
Yeah, but he's my brother. He's only 15, Judge.
His name's all I wanted. Why do you live? I said, why do you live?
No place.
Oh, tramps, huh?
Yeah. If traveling all over the country looking for work means being tramps, that's us.
Joe, don't lose your head.
What's the difference? I've been in courts before. I know the answer for guys like us.
Yeah, but Joe, he might let us...
You don't think he's going to give us a home and a job, do you?
Listen, if you're one of those kids who thinks the world owes you a living...
And let me tell you something else.
Quiet.
Come here, you. Have you ever been arrested before?
Sure, lots.
What for?
For not being smart enough to run the other way.
Oh, I see. Well, you're charged with disturbing the peace, vagrancy, trespassing, breaking and entering a railroad car in interstate commerce, and resisting arrest. Guilty or not guilty?
Yeah, but Judge, we didn't start nothing. The other guy picked up a club
Got
and...
any
went-
money to prove you're not vagrant?
No. He ain't got any money.
Well, there's a law in this state against vagrancy.
There's a law in this state against everything.
As justice of the peace of this county, I'm forced to sentence all 3 of you to 30 days on the county work farm.
Look, Judge, I don't care about me, but my brother, he's just a kid.
30 days.
But, Judge, you gotta listen.
Don't beg him.
90 days for you. Contempt of court.
What's the matter, buddy? I don't get it. I tell a screw I don't know anything about farming, so he puts me in this outfit and tells me I'm a farmer. He must be nuts.
Think he is. Wait till you see the foreman. There's a first-class screwball. When he gets drunk, he gives the cow liquor and they go out in a bat together.
You're kidding.
Instead of milk, gin comes out. When you start milking that cow, you'll see.
Oh, me milk a cow?
All right, Charlie.
There's the screwball.
Before you go to work, I want to say a few words to the new men. I'm a nice guy. I'm a bad guy.
He's nuts.
I'm just showing you both sides to my nature. Take your choice. You can have either one of them.
He can have both of them.
Most of you are here because you're tramps. And you're tramps because you were too dumb to learn when you were kids. Well, you're going to learn here the hard way. And you're going to learn one of the most wonderful things in the world. Farming.
Think he's too. Wait till you see the cow.
You and you fellas step out in front. Young and skinny, eh? Well, you won't get old and fat here. Go to planting. Strong guy, huh? Hate pitching for you. Well, what do you want to do?
Anything but farming. And just to straighten you out, I wasn't too dumb to learn when I was a kid.
First thing you'll learn here is to keep your mouth shut. The barn's for you.
Get back in line. All right, get going. Remember, I've got two sides to my nature. Mabel, you're late.
I had a lot of work to do.
I told you 1,000 times to get the eggs before these tramps come in here.
I'm sorry, Dad. It won't happen again.
I'll see that it don't. Now get out of here.
Now, listen, cow. I got two sides to my nature, too. I'm a good guy, I'm a bad guy. Now, be a good cow and don't try any more tricks and we'll get along swell. You get nasty and I'll take this bucket and I'll shove it right down your throat. You got that? What's so funny?
Gosh, you're dumb. If you're gonna milk this cow, well, you're on the wrong side.
What's the difference? To me, one side is as good as another. All right, that's between the cow and me. Will you stop that cackling?
I can't help it. It's the first time I ever saw a mule trying to milk a cow.
You're smart, aren't you? Now go flap your wings and show me how to lay an egg.
Well, I was only trying to help you. You don't have to be so fresh.
All right, go on, beat it. Go away. You annoy me. Go on. Just a minute. Slapping people in the mouth seems to be a habit around here.
You're too free with your tongue.
You're too free with your hands. And I don't like people laughing at me.
What's going on in here? I said, what's going on in here?
Nothing.
Why was he holding onto your arm? Answer me.
We had a little argument, that's all. It was my fault.
I thought I told you to stay away from these tramps. You come along with me. I got other kind of work for guys like you. Burned by the sun.
I like getting tanned up. Makes people think I've been on a vacation at the seashore.
Back must hurt, huh? Tonight it'll be worse. That sunburn ain't gonna do you any good either. You'll probably be pretty sick. Well, that's always the way it is the first day. I bossed a chain gang once where the men used to do work like this. Some of them be laid up for a couple of days. Too bad.
Yeah, I bet you felt pretty sorry for them.
Believe it or not, I did. Just the same as I feel sorry for you. That's the nice side of my nature. Now, here's the bad side. What you've been through today will seem to you tomorrow like a Sunday school strawberry festival if you don't stay away from the girl. Understand me?
Mister, it'll be a pleasure. Tell her to stay away from me. And if it ain't a couple of tramps, it's a railroad digger. If it ain't a railroad digger, it's a judge. If it ain't a judge, it's a screwy foreman. If it ain't a screwy foreman, it's a dame. But whatever it is, it's got to happen to me.
It's your move.
I'm getting out of here tomorrow. It's a cinch. No walls, no fence or anything. You fellas want to come with me?
Look, Joe, it ain't so bad here. At least they feed you and give you a place to sleep. That's more than you're gonna get if you run away.
Sure, Joe. Supposing you do get away with it. What are you gonna do then?
I'll be free. That's enough.
What's that mean to guys like us? Just means being on the road all over again.
Don't make a break, Joe.
Well,
Yeah?
superintendent wants to see you.
I hope the boy deserves what you're doing for him.
Oh, I'm sure he does. It wasn't his fault, and it's not fair to punish him. You see, my stepfather...
Was drunk as usual.
Oh, no. No, he wasn't really. He gets those spells. He's a very sick man.
I know. I have his medical report right here on my desk. He's a bad heart due to excessive drinking. Now, you tell him if he doesn't straighten himself out, I'll have to let him go.
I'll tell him. And thanks for helping Joe Bell.
Joe Bella's here. All right, Tom.
I want to tell you that...
Stay away from me. You're poison.
I thought you were gonna make a break.
Go away, slave. You bother me.
What a racket. What a racket.
What do you mean, racket? I wrecked this kind of a job. Get your hand off or I'll chop it off. I just got through polishing this jalopy.
Polish that.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Joe, what do you got on the warden?
The warden, fellows, happens to be a very good judge of human nature. The minute I walked into his office, he said, "My boy, you are the executive type. Making little ones out of big ones is not up your alley. What would you like to do?"
He asked me.
Get that, he asked me.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, what do you got? I says, well, we run down a list of things, and we finally decided on this. I can't run the place because I'm only doing a short stretch, and he needs my executive ability. So we compromise, and he puts me on the steering committee, and here I am driving a truck.
Baloney.
What is
Excuse me.
Just a minute. Where do you think you're going?
In town?
Not with me, you're not. You're a jinx. I told you before, stay away from me.
All right. What are you hanging around for? Get on that truck. And remember, you're going to town to pick up supplies and nothing else. Wait a minute. I want to tell you something. You got a pretty lucky break when she went to the warden and got you off that rock pile. If you want to keep that break, stay in line. Because this is the last time she's going over my head. Isn't it? Well, answer me, isn't it?
Yes, Dad.
Okay. Get going.
They sent me up here to help you.
Thanks.
I know I'm taking a chance talking to you, but I want to tell you what a white thing you did to get me off that rock pile. I didn't expect you to do that for me.
Why not?
Well, I figured you'd enjoy my being paid off for being such a wise guy.
Enjoy it.
Most people like to watch other people get wrapped around, even if they don't deserve it.
You've met the wrong people, son.
Hello, Pop.
Hello, Mabel.
Say, what are you doing here?
I live here. I couldn't help overhearing. You know, I like listening to you. You have everything so wrong. Now, don't get mad. Remember, I'm an old man, and the one wonderful thing about being old is you can say what you think and get away with it. Why, he looks almost human when he smiles, doesn't he, Mabel?
Yes, he has a nice smile.
Yeah, and he's a nice boy, too. All he needs is someone to believe in.
Joe, stop chewing on that hay.
I can't help it. I'm happy. When I'm happy, I like to chew on hay.
I've been adding and subtracting. You know, you've only got 22 days left here.
Is that all? I think I'll sock Charlie and get 90 days more. I like it here.
Joe, I'm going to ask you to do me a big favor.
What?
Say you love me. I mean, say I love you. Sounds so ashamed when you say it.
Now, listen, you've been asking me that for 6 weeks, and I've been saying it for 6 weeks.
Well, that was just rehearsing. Now I want a real good performance. Come on.
All women are definitely nuts.
Well, sure we are, but go on, say it anyway.
All right. I love you, Mabel.
Now say it without the all right.
I love you, Mabel.
You may not know it, Joe, but we're engaged.
I know. Can't you just see the papers tomorrow? The Rosedale County Work Farm takes pleasure in announcing the engagement of its leading citizen, Joe Bell, to Mabel Alden. Please omit the flowers.
22 days more. We'd better start making plans.
I got plans. They're different than any I've ever had before. You know, ever since I've been a kid, I've been on the move. Looking, always looking for what I never knew. It got so I kind of talked myself into thinking that that's the way I'd finally wind up. That even after I die, my corpse would still be hopping freight trains.
Oh, Joe, don't talk like that.
Not anymore, I won't. I feel different now. I feel like I'd finally found what I wanted. A place to hang my hat. It's that simple. I guess that's all I ever wanted anyway. And now that it looks like I got it, from now on, Mabel, we stay put.
We? Gosh, that sounds swell.
I'll start a bank, I'll write a book. You know, I read a book once. Well, writing don't look so tough to me. What are you laughing about? There's lots of things I haven't tried yet. Maybe I can be an engineer or a radio announcer or a congressman. And boy, will we have a place to hang our hats. A 15-room house with a special wing built like a boxcar for all the bindle stiffs. And, hey, what are you crying for?
I can't help it, Joe. I want to laugh, but tears come out instead. All these years I've been praying for something like this to happen. To have someone to talk to and hold on to. Now that it's happened, instead of laughing, I'm crying. I can't figure it out, can you?
Sure. Mabel.
What?
If I say it without the all right, can I kiss you again?
Sure.
I love you, Mabel.
Mabel! Come here. I've been looking all over for you.
Listen, Charlie. You gotta understand.
Sure, I understand.
Wait a minute. I don't want to make any trouble. If you just give me a chance to explain.
Sure. I'll give you a chance to explain.
Joe! Don't do it, Joe! Joe! Joe, stop! Don't! Joe! Joe!
I told him I didn't want any trouble. Come on.
Mabel!
Let's get out of here.
What are you going to do?
What do you think I'm gonna do? Start running like I always do.
I'm going with you.
You don't know what it's like going from one place to another.
I don't care what I've got to go through. Please don't leave me here.
You'll have to take an awful lot of chances.
I'll take them. I love you.
Well, this is as far as I go.
It's far enough. Thanks. Well, town don't make any difference. It's over the state line. That means we're free. Let's start picking them up and laying them down. Tired, huh? Riding in the truck all night is no picnic. I told you it wasn't going to be any cinch.
I'm not
Say, doesn't it give you a swell feeling to see milk in bottles instead of cows?
complaining. Wonderful.
Hey, what's the market quotation on milk this morning?
14 grade A, 12 for B.
What's the difference between A and B?
Well, they both came from the same cow, only grade B is where the cow started to lose interest.
Well, we'll take a bottle of B.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotta eat.
Broke, huh?
Not broke, but not flush.
This is on the company.
Will it get you in trouble?
So they'll pass a dividend.
Thanks. Thanks very much.
Okay.
It's too bad they don't make donuts, too.
Yeah. I'll take that up at the next board of directors meeting.
He's a swell guy, is he?
Well, anybody that has to get up this early in the morning usually is a swell guy. This is one fine way to have breakfast. Well, drink hearty.
Well, in Paris, it's swanky to eat on the sidewalk.
I could go for a nice, cool shower. How about you?
Oh, I'd love it.
And then have a real breakfast and go to sleep for a couple of hours. That'd be swell, wouldn't it?
That'd be wonderful.
You can get all those things at a hotel.
Hotel? Oh, we couldn't do that.
Don't get me wrong, Mabel. My name is Joe, not Romeo. Here, hold this. We'll fix everything.
What's the matter? Something happened?
Nothing. Where can two dopes get married?
City Hall.
Where's that?
4 blocks that way.
Thanks.
Hey, wait a minute. 3 blocks that way.
Thanks.
Hey, you're too early. It don't open till 9 o'clock.
We can wait.
I hope so.
"20 minutes more."
When you stop watching that clock, you got me nervous, too.
Well, how do you think I feel? Joe,
Yeah?
you can still back out if you want to.
I don't want to back out. But let's get one thing straight before we start. If either one of us ever wants to quit, we quit. Like that.
That's the way I want it, too. I don't want us to stay together just because somebody mumbles a couple of words and says we've got to. I want us to be together because we feel like being together. And anytime we want to quit, we quit like that.
Why is that locked? When's it going to open?
In about 20 minutes.
You two going to get married?
No, we're just here for a license to keep a canary.
You're making a big mistake. Marriage is a great thing. Everybody ought to try it at least once. No fooling. You kids ought to get married.
Well, to tell you the truth, we are going to get married.
Oh, yeah, I'm saved. Have you got a license? No. You got a ring? I thought not. Furniture, place to live?
Say, what business is it of yours?
Mister, all we've got is each other.
Ain't enough. Listen, I can get you all these things. I got a proposition to make. You be Cinderella, and I'll be the fairy godmother. Come on, let's get out of here. I'm not gonna hurt it. No, come on with me. You two, lady. Come on, give me the bag. What's the matter? Don't be a funny there like that.
Assembled here this evening to join this man and woman in holy marriage, to be held in honor among all men.
Hold it just a minute, will you, Judge? I want to get another picture.
Go right ahead. You take this man to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Do you take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
Louder! He ain't in love, he's just stage struck.
Come on, let's get this thing over with before I...
Joe, it'll be over in a minute.
Do you take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
place this ring upon her finger. Now repeat after me. This ring signifies my constant faith and abiding love.
This ring signifies my constant faith and abiding love.
As Justice of the Peace of this county, I now pronounce you man and wife.
Kiss her, you dope! If you won't, I will!
Can't find the place.
That was fine. Now, here's the cash prize and here to give. The rest you'll get later after the show. Meet me in my office, and good luck.
Hold on, this is a swell picture from this angle.
I'm sorry, but there's a formal dinner, and this suit goes on somebody else at 10 o'clock. And please, when you take my pants off, be careful with them and fold them neatly like they were when you got them.
I'm sorry it had to be this way, Mabel.
Doesn't matter. We're married now.
I wish that manager would get here. I want to get out of this place as quickly as I can.
Joe, you know this solid gold 14-carat wedding ring?
Yeah?
Well, it's turning black around the edges already.
What's the difference? As soon as I get a job and save some dough, I'll buy you one with a real diamond in the center.
Oh, wedding rings aren't like that.
So we'll start something new.
Gosh, I wouldn't have felt so bad if there'd been one single orange blossom around the stage someplace.
Yeah, but look at it this way. We got furniture, a month's rent free, and think of it, a whole set of dishes without having to sit through the picture. Say, can you cook?
No.
Can you sew?
No.
Can you keep house? Well, what'd we get married for?
'Cause we're crazy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your WBVN newscaster, bringing you the 317th edition of the 10 o'clock news. Tragedy came to the Rosedale work farm, where Joe Bell, a young convict, struck down and murdered the foreman, Charles Guerra. Bell then fled with Mabel Alden, stepdaughter of the murdered man. The entire town is aroused, and posses have been organized to scour the country.
Come on.
Where?
We'll figure that out later. We'll have to wait a while. I should have known this was too good to last, and Crowther's got all those pictures of us.
Joe, why don't we give ourselves up?
Are you out of your mind?
But you didn't do it. Joe, you know you didn't.
Who's going to believe me?
Everyone, when you tell them what happened.
Yeah, that's all I got to do. Just tell them what happened. Didn't you hear what that radio announcer said? They got posses out looking for us. I've seen those guys on a hunt before. They won't listen. As far as they're concerned, I'm hanging by the neck already. Mabel, I'm a nobody. You know what that means? It means... never mind. You'll find out soon enough for yourself.
What are we going to do?
What do you think I'm going to do? What I've always done when I'm in a spot. Run. I told you in the beginning, Mabel, it's going to be tough. Now, with a murder rap pinned on me, it's going to be tougher. They'll be watching every road, every train. We'll have to sleep during the day, travel at night. Mabel, that kind of life isn't for you.
I told you once before. Whatever chances you take, I'll take. I'll never leave you. blame them for not stopping the way we look.
How do you expect to be dressed? In evening clothes, we're picking up rides, not hors d'oeuvres. Let's keep walking.
But, Joe, I'm tired. I want to rest.
The next town's only 6 miles away. We can make it in 2 hours. Come on, let's keep picking them up and laying them down.
What does it matter if it's 2 or 4 hours? The same thing is going to happen. We'll just be sneaking around alleys and see a cop, think he recognizes us, and then we'll be running away again.
Getting fed up, huh?
Yeah.
I told you what it was going to be like. You had your choice.
Well, sometimes people make mistakes.
Like when you married me?
I didn't say that.
Well, you meant it.
I did not. Joe, it's getting so I can't say a word anymore without you twisting everything I say.
Well, then don't say anything.
We can't go on like this. We're at each other's throats all the time. We're not human beings anymore. We're like wild animals. Joe, if this is what's going to happen to us, I'm going to leave you.
I was waiting for that. The going's getting too tough. You're like the rest of them. Long on talk and short on heart.
Oh, it isn't that. It's just that we're going around in circles. We don't know one day what we're going to do the next. Joe, be reasonable. Wouldn't it be better?
Nah, don't start giving me that business about going back. I'm sick of hearing it.
Well, I'm sick of telling it to you. Goodbye, Joe.
Goodbye. I still got a couple of bucks left. You can have it for bus fare if you want it.
Thanks, I don't need it. I can hop a freight or thumb a ride as well as you can. That's one thing you taught me to do well.
Come in, sister.
Mabel. That's out of our system.
Oh, Joe. Well, come on. Let's start, as you say, picking them up and laying them down. Joe, look.
Wild Irish rose, a sweet smell of rose. Very good hamburger today, Nick. Thank you.
Yes, well, we'll be seeing you.
You bet.
You go to the door and hold it open in case we have to run. I'll do the rest. Don't worry. I'll toss you for the check.
Hey, I met your mother boys before. Look, please. With the butcher, I not toss. With the bakery, I not toss. With income tax collector, I not toss. Why should I toss with you? You pay me $1.25 and we not toss. Please.
Supposing I told you I haven't got $1.25.
And suppose I told you and your girl are friends, that you gotta work out for that $1.25.
Supposing I told you it would be a pleasure.
And suppose I tell you that... What you say?
I said it would be a pleasure. Honey, roll up your sleeves. We go to work. Where do we hang our hats?
In there.
Good. You whistle while we work.
two are good workers.
Well, you bet your life we're good workers. How about a job steady? We'll work cheap. For room and board.
You two, hook it up? I mean, you married?
No, he's my brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, but that's not so good. That makes for 2 rooms and board.
Well, you won't be sorry. I'm a handy guy. I can fix things. What do you say? Give me a break. I'll toss you for it.
Toss. Well, what's the matter? You all the time want to toss. You toss when you sleep?
Come on, be a good guy.
Okay, I toss. You say.
Heads.
It's a head. You win.
Joe.
We hang up our hats.
Hurry up. I am the boss. Hurry up. That's very, very nice. I like to see young kids save money. Maybe now you and your husband, you can fool me. Not this Nick you can fool. You make it much,
Nick, you won't tell anyone.
Look, Mabel, this Nick only know one thing. You two are good kids. You work hard, you are honest, and I like you. What you do before, that's your business. If somebody asks me, I don't know nothing. I am to busy with my hamburger.
Oh, gee, Nick, you're swell.
That's all right. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. Here, Mabel. Here's your wages. Take a day off and have a good time.
Thanks, Nick. We'll open up in the morning. You sleep late.
Hey, you two kids are gonna spoil me. But I like it.
So long, Nick.
Bye, Mabel.
Hello, Nick.
Hello, boys. Hey, I got something very special that I eat to myself. It'll make you strong.
Where's the 2 kids that work for you, Nick?
Which kids do you mean?
Come on, Nick. You know the kids I mean. We've seen them around here a dozen times. Stop playing foxy.
Mother, that's a crazy.
Where are they?
But they don't work here no more.
Since when?
Since last week before. They come here one day and they quit.
Where do they live?
I not got no interest in where they live. They used to come here early in the morning and go home late at the night. That's all I know.
All right, Nick. We'll find out.
If you want something special, you drop me a telephone, huh?
Where is he?
I told you once before he's left town.
Well, we'll wait around a little while, anyway. How many times I had to tell you to get away from that window?
I can't stand it. It's hot in here. I'm gonna faint unless I have some fresh air.
Nick, you're looking kind of low tonight.
Yeah, I don't feel so good.
Been eating your own hamburger again, huh?
Please, don't get so smart, huh?
That's all right. I was only kidding. Give me a hunk of cheese.
$70 in the bank. Here's a withdrawal slip made out to you.
I'll get him a few tomorrow.
I need it now.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna get Mabel out of jail.
Joe, you crazy. They catch you, too.
No, they won't. I got a good idea. Will you help me?
Sure, I help you.
Don't start the motor till we come out. If we don't, beat it.
Joe, be careful, please.
Hello.
What do you want?
I came to get some pictures of the Alden dame.
At this hour?
I would have gotten here sooner, but my car broke down.
That's too bad. You should have been here with the other fellas.
I wanted to get some pictures with you and the Alden name together. It would have landed you on the front page.
Front page?
Yeah. Good night.
Hey, wait a minute. Just a minute, young fella. Are you on a level with that?
Yeah. Haven't I got an honest face?
All right. Come in. Now remember, you said front page.
Yeah, front page.
Buddy, you got a match?
What's the matter? What's the matter?
I only asked you for a
I
match.
don't got a match. I'm not you. I'm not you.
Hey, there's a fellow here from the
National Press.
National Press. He's going to take a picture of me in the Alden dame. He's going to put it on the front page. Maybe he'll take a picture of you, too. How about it?
Well, sure. That'll be a cinch.
All right, Kate. Open up.
I'll get her for you. Now, dear, are you going to have your picture taken again?
I'll take you and the Alden dame first.
Now?
Yeah, now.
Freeze.
Both of you.
You can't get away with this, young fella.
Quiet. Inside. Go on, inside.
This'll put you on the front page, you fool!
Wait a minute. Take it easy. Don't run. Nick's waiting around the corner.
Step on it.
Well, we got here.
Thanks, Nick.
Maybe you needed some money. I give you, huh?
Nah, you've done too much already. The important thing was to get her out of jail.
Well, how you gonna live?
I got 2 hands and a camera. It brought me luck already. Maybe it'll bring me some more.
Well, all this time with that look of you, I worry.
Oh, you're a good egg.
Sometime let me know where you are. Goodbye. You take care of Mabel, eh? Sure. Goodbye, Mabel.
Goodbye, Nick. See you. I'm gonna miss you. I'll never forget what you've done.
That's all right.
Come on.
We'll see you again soon.
I hope so. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Nick.
Buona fortuna.
Not
Any luck?
Nothing. Been to every newspaper in town. They got all the cameramen they need. They got all the pictures they want. I haven't got enough experience. No, come back Tuesday. You can't see the editor. I'm beginning to like that tune. It's the way I feel.
Joe. Joe, did you ever stop to figure that we've got a long time ahead?
Yeah.
We're young.
You get old pretty fast when you're on the land.
Look, Joe, I'm 19. You're 25. Why don't we go back?
Forget it.
If we got 20 years, we wouldn't be so old then.
I said forget it. We could get life, too. Or death.
But they wouldn't do that. I don't believe it.
I do.
But we can't go on like this. It isn't right. We're married. We've got a right to have a home and kids.
What'd you say about kids?
I said we have a right to have them.
Well, we haven't. And don't forget it. Imagine us with a kid. That's all we need to make this setup perfect. I'm not going to have any kids born with 2 strikes against them from the start.
I know how you feel, Joe. Where are you going?
Huh? For a walk. I need some fresh air.
I'll go with you.
No.
Joe.
I want to go alone.
You've got your gun.
That's right.
You're going
That's right.
I won't let you do it. You don't know.
I know. We're down to our last few dimes.
I won't let you go out and steal.
Well, what would you rather have me do, beg?
Yes.
Not me. The least I can have left is my self-respect. It takes courage to steal. It don't to beg.
Joe, listen. I don't care what we go through. If we have to starve, anything. I'll stick, Joe. I'll stick as long as you're right, as long as you're honest. But if you do this...
Yeah?
You don't ever have to come back.
You mean that?
Yes.
And you don't want me, huh?
I want you decent and honest.
You can starve if you want to. But there's a little habit I've gotten myself into. Eating.
All right, Joe.
So long, Mabel.
Just closing up. But as my husband used to say, it's never too late to earn an honest dollar. Well, what can I do for you?
Yeah,
Oh, speak up, don't be ashamed. I have lots of boys, young boys like you come here. They all act the same way. They stand there and they shiver and they stammer and... Oh, but it's no shame to have no money to pay for your food.
Who said I...
Oh, sure, I know. But this is no charity. I'm going to just trust you with it. You pay me back. You look like the kind of a boy who would. Now sit down over there and make yourself comfortable. I'm going to make you some nice cup of coffee and some sandwiches, and I have some fine jam here. Poor kid. He was so ashamed.
It's a nice night for a walk.
It's a wonderful night. Joe, you couldn't do it, Joe. I just knew you couldn't. Joe.
Mabel.
Yes.
Look, we're not broke.
15 cents. Broke. We're rich, Joe. We're rich.
The dime's lead.
Oh, Joe.
This camera cost me $60. You can have it for 50.
Not interested.
45.
No?
I'll take 25.
Say, take a look at that window. Cameras, cameras, cameras. If somebody would only bring in a washing machine, a bicycle, or even a kiddie car. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't want your camera, but I'll give you $5 for it.
Okay, I'll take 5. But let me take your picture first, huh?
What for?
Don't worry, it won't cost you any money. I might be able to sell it to the newspapers. Come on outside. Stand right there.
Well, what do I get out of it?
Huh? Publicity. I'll get you on the front page. The only pawnbroker in the city with a big heart. Now, come on, smile. Come on, give me a big smile. It won't cost you anything.
You broke the bank. It's a robbery.
There, the deal's off.
Pictures a guy could get if he was here when a thing like this happened?
I can just imagine. I want to see the editor.
Journal, just a moment, please. You back again.
I told you I want to see the editor.
Can't you take no for an answer?
No.
Hey, come back here. You can't do that.
Hey, you can't go in there. He's busy. I told you before you couldn't. You can't go in there. I tell you, he's busy. You gotta wait outside here. Come on out.
Pole dance instead of a bank robbery. Quiet! Shut up! Where was he? Oh, yes, and tell that cameraman to get some action shots. I can buy picture postcards of the city for a penny apiece. What do you want?
I
I'm
tried to
busy.
stop him, but he rushed right past me.
Weren't you in here about a week ago looking for a job?
Yeah, you told me I didn't have enough experience, but I got something better than experience. In this camera, I got pictures.
Well, what would you expect in the camera? Hot coffee?
The kind of pictures you like to know about.
I'm not interested.
I got the pictures of the bank robbery.
I think I said... You got pictures of what?
I got pictures of the robbers running out of the bank. I got them shooting at the cop. I got the cop falling. I even got their license number.
Well, if you've got what you say you've got, you can have my insurance policy. Come on, let's get to that developing room. Come on. All right, go to the ball game. Who cares? Kick the World's Fair onto page 3. If these pictures come out, they go on to page 1. Give the layout 1 column of type, get the engraver, and tell that boy to stand by up there. Now, how much longer are you going to be?
A few more seconds.
Did you birds ever think of inventing something that would develop films fast?
Mr. Leonard...
Close that door! Anybody else opens that door, I'll kill him. Who left that door unlocked?
You did, Mr. Leonard.
Ah, oh. But it didn't hurt the pictures, did it?
Oh, they're in the hypo. They should be ready now. Here they are.
Bank robbers, huh? You trying to horse me around? There's a silly guy standing in front of a pawn shop.
No, look at the rest of them.
Oh, it's on here, all right.
You've done it. There's the cop fallen.
Yeah. Here's another one. Here.
Oh, those faces. You could identify those birds with that.
Here's another one.
And the license number. Listen, get those on the enlarger. Send a set to me. Take good care of those negatives. They're worth their weight in gold. Come on, you. Now, who locked that door? I did. All right.
So this is a newspaper business, huh?
It's a one-way ticket to the nut house.
Robbery follow-up, sir.
So you never worked on a newspaper before, huh?
That's right.
Well, you're working on one now. You're the Journal star photographer, $30 a week. Thought I told you to go to the ball game.
They're not playing today, sir.
Then sweep up.
I'll try to do a good job of it. But this means a lot to my wife, too.
Well, you keep on taking pictures like those, and we'll have every crook in the state in jail. Oh, and remember, Joe, we gotta have those bank pictures exclusive. I can get you a nice big bonus from the Journal. I think I can get you a couple of $1,000 from the other news services.
Should I get a couple of bucks in advance?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, We haven't eaten in 24 hours.
Well, why didn't you say something about it? Send the cashier in, will you, please? You take the rest of the day off, and you and your wife go and get some good food and get settled, and... because you're going to be around here a long time.
Thanks.
Just going to wait for the cashier?
Huh? Oh.
Sure.
Extra jail here, all of you. I don't take bank hold up here. Exclusive pictures taken during hold up. Extra! Cashier and police was killed here. Extra! All about it. Exclusive pictures. Dorville State Bank held up. 2 men killed.
Mabel, your steak's getting cold.
I can't eat. I'm too excited. Those are your pictures they're yelling about.
Gives you a funny feeling.
I'm going out and buy a paper.
You bought 6 already.
Well, those are just to look at. I need one for that scrapbook I'm going to start. You know, all famous people have scrapbooks. Say, Joe, do you suppose those people know you're famous?
How could they?
It's more than just a job. You found a place for yourself. You know at last that you belong. And that's more wonderful than anything, belonging.
I guess you're right. Only we belong, Mabel. I couldn't do a thing without you.
Get this to Casey.
Yes, Mr. Lemon.
That is a ball game today, but you're not going to be there. Go to Hayward and tell him to give me 200 prints of each one of those, will you?
Okay, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Leonard.
Good? Why, it's great. Say, do you know that the cops have identified part of that gang in those pictures you took?
Yeah, who are they?
The Barkus mob.
Bad?
Bad? Say, they've been trying to nail that outfit for over a year. The dragnet's out for them. The cops have raided Reardon's Saloon and all the other front joints, but no successes yet. Hello? Yeah? I know you're talking over the long-distance phone, and I haven't changed my mind. You're getting the same answer as all the other papers. No exclusive stories. You print the Journal's copyrighted story, you won't print anything at all.
Well, you sound busy.
Busy? Why, we're sitting right on top of the world. Every news service in the country is clamoring for those pictures. Look, you're going to be famous. Yeah? Who? The cameraman. The cameraman that took the bank robbery pictures? Sure, wait. What did I tell you? It's the Southern Press Association. They want a picture of you and a brief resume of your life. Now, how soon can you get them ready? Well, come on. You can't stand there all day. How soon?
Tell him to wait. Tell him to call you back. Please, I'm serious.
Listen, call me back, will you? Hey, what the devil's the matter with you?
I'm sorry, Mike. I can't do it.
Are you nuts? Why, this is the chance of a lifetime. Every New York paper will want you to cover for them down there. All the other big news services will want you to. Why, you'll have more money and a better job than you ever dreamed of.
It's no use, Mike. I can't do it.
Come on now, Joe. What is it you can tell me?
Well, I'm hot. The law's after me. If they print my picture, I'm sunk.
What'd you do?
I'm wanted for murder.
Oh.
But I didn't do it.
Your wife know about this?
She was there when it happened.
Go ahead.
Well, I'd rather have her there when I tell you about it. If you don't want me around after you hear it, all we ask is a 24-hour start.
Hello? Oh, yes. Say, you know, you were asking about a picture of the fellow who took the bank robbery picture? Well, it was me, Mike Leonard. Yeah, no kidding. It was the cameraman's day off. So what? I started in the newspaper business as a cameraman. As soon as the papers are out, Joe, we'll go over to your place. I want to meet your wife. So he used a gun to break you out, huh?
Yes, and that's the only time he ever used it. They can accuse him of that and of running away, but those are the only 2 wrong things Joe's ever done. He didn't kill my stepfather. You've got to believe me, Mr. Leonard. It's true, every word of it.
I believe you all the way. Why, I'd have believed Joe if he told me. That story's too pat and goofy to be anything but the truth. What I can't understand is, why didn't you come back and give yourself up?
Because I know they wouldn't believe me, that's why.
Mr. Leonard, you're one of the few people that have ever given us a break. You see, this is the first time we've ever had a place of our own, and, well, it made us feel that maybe we could live like everybody else. But I guess we were just kidding ourselves.
No, you weren't. You're going on living just like everybody else.
But they'll find out.
Well, they won't if I don't tell them.
Here, listen, no tears. I can't stand them. They do things to me. Now, wait a minute, I'll get it. It's probably for me. Hello? This is Mike Leonard speaking. Huh? Oh, say, that's fine. Well, tell him to hold everything till I get there. Yeah. Well, the officer's got a flash that 3 of the bandits have been captured, and the DA wants me to go right down to the police lineup and identify him with those pictures.
But you didn't take those pictures.
You can't afford to get mixed up in this.
Supposing they don't believe you.
Who's going to ask any questions? You don't suppose that during the shooting somebody's going to take time out to find out who's taking pictures, do you? I said I took them, didn't I? I took them. That's what I'm going to follow. So long, Mabel. So long, Joe.
Mr. Leonard, you didn't eat your pie.
Oh, didn't I?
Do you still want me to work for you?
If you're not there at 8 o'clock in the morning, you're fired. Good.
What are you thinking about, Joe?
I can't get over it. Me and nobody getting all those breaks. Joe Bell, former tramp.
You were never a tramp.
I wasn't, eh? I still got cinders in my hair and train whistles in my ears. Me, getting a break.
Got a match?
Oh. Mabel, look.
You're a pretty handy guy with a camera, aren't you? I won't waste no time. You're on your way down to identify a couple of my friends.
You sure get your information fast.
Yes, sure. I work fast, too. I got 10 grand here, and it's yours if you don't identify them.
I can make more money than that writing a book about guys like you.
I'll give you 15 grand.
You're wasting your money. What difference does it make whether I testify or not? Don't you realize the pictures we published have sunk your boyfriends already?
Well, sometimes the camera lies. We can prove it. And all you got to do is to turn over the negatives. What do you say, 15 grand?
Not interested.
Where you going?
To the office. I can walk.
Yes, but you can ride. Come on.
Something's up. I better go down there.
Certainly had a lot of nerve taking a chance like that.
You can't go in there.
My husband, Joe Carson.
Oh, Mrs. Carson.
Sit up, please.
Joe. Oh, Joe. I saw the whole thing from the window. I thought...
Take it easy, Mabel. I'm all right.
Your husband's a very lucky man. Well, there you are. You're as good as new. You can go now.
Thanks, Doc.
You're welcome.
How's Mike?
Just shaking up, that's all.
Come on, you ready? Here they come.
Hold it.
Thank you.
Another one. Come on, Mabel. Hey, where you going?
What's the matter, Joe?
Those pictures. The news service will pick them up. By tomorrow, there'll be in every paper in the country. Benetti just couldn't be a small-time racketeer. He had to be the kind of a guy that makes the front pages. He can get out of town in a half hour.
What good's that gonna do?
You want to stay here and wait till they take us?
Yes.
You crazy?
No, but you are if you think there's any place left for us to go.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You just said yourself that every newspaper in the country will have our pictures.
And we'll stay in hiding for a while.
And then what?
And we'll find $1 million and buy a boat and take a trip around the world. Maybe you're wasting time.
Joe, we can't go on like this. First it was just getting across the state line. Then it was attempted robbery. And now you were almost killed. And on top of all that, we're dragging other people with us.
Come on, we'll talk about that later on our way out of town. We haven't got much time.
Joe, you're wrong. We've got a whole lifetime ahead of us. And I'm not going to spend it running away. We're human beings. We've got a right to live like human beings.
Are you coming with me?
Let's stand up for once and face it. All you've got to do is tell them the truth. They've got to believe you, Joe.
Are you coming with me?
No,
All right. If that's the way you feel, stay here. I'll go along.
you're not to leave here.
I'm getting out of here.
Joe, please.
Get out of my way.
No, Joe.
I said I'm getting out of here.
Joe, don't make me do it. Joe, please, don't make me do it. Stop him. Stop him.
Harry! What's going on here?
This is Joe Bell. He's wanted for the murder at Rosedale.
A whole loving wife turns husband in for murder. Detective Bureau.
You'll see, Joe. It'll be the best thing. You'll see.
Get away from me.
Tell the chief we got Joe Bell down here, wanted for the murder in Rosedale.
And the state will prove that this boy who drifted into this town a vicious criminal with a record of 10 arrests for vagrancy and other charges, who, when arrested, was wielding a deadly weapon, and who, when he escaped from this town, had reached the pinnacle of his career of crime by committing a cold-blooded murder, deserves the supreme penalty, to be hanged by the neck until dead. Go on, Mr. Grady. You heard the sounds of fighting. You opened the door, and...
He was swinging a club.
Who was?
That boy there, Joe Bell.
I see. When you arrested Joe Bell, he was swinging a club.
And when they saw me, they started to run. Then I saw Charlie. I got out of the car. When I turned him over, he was dead. Funny thing, though, it didn't look to me as if he'd been hurt bad.
I just asked you to describe what you saw, not to interpret it. That'll be all.
I'd warned Charlie about drinking. He had a bad heart.
His heart was strong enough for you to permit him to remain on duty, wasn't it?
Yes, I suppose it was.
You're testifying as a character witness?
That's right.
How long have you known him?
Ever since he first come to town.
How many times did you see him after that?
Once.
The first time you met him, he was riding in a boxcar with 2 other boys. Despite the rules of the company, you permitted him to ride. Is that right?
That's right. I meet a lot of kids like him, and whenever I get a chance, I give them a break. I think they need it.
Just answer the questions.
According then to your own testimony, you violated the rules of the company to help him break the law. You met him only once after that for a few minutes, and yet you're testifying as a character witness. That's all.
Yes, but you don't understand.
That's all. You're his friend.
Yes, sir.
And you came here all the way from California to testify for him?
Yes, sir.
Who paid your fare?
They don't sell tickets on freight trains.
How long have you known him?
A couple of years. And Joe never did a wrong thing in all that time. I know. We've been through a lot. We served time together.
Oh, you served time together. You have no home. You steal rides on boxcars. And you come here to ask us to believe that your friend, Joe Bell, never did a wrong thing in all his life. That's all. What did you say your name was?
Nicky Baldassare Spellucci. I got a restaurant business at 24 Front Street. Open all night.
I just asked you your name.
Excuse me, please.
You gave the defendant a job?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because I remember when I come from the old country, I was nobody too. Just like a Joe. I want a job, but somebody helping me, so I help somebody else. Many people come to me, and nobody is more honest than these 2 kids.
You never saw them before they came into your place?
Never.
You're an American citizen.
You bet your life.
You obey the laws?
Sure.
Yet, by aiding and abetting this boy in effecting a jailbreak at the point of a gun, you broke the law. Do you expect us to believe that you'd do that for someone you didn't know?
Well, I couldn't help it. You know, sometimes what it's in the man's heart, it's stronger than the law.
All that kid needed to straighten him out was a job and some friends.
And you gave him the job.
I certainly did. He had a natural ability as a cameraman. All he ever needed was a break. I guess there are a lot of boys like Joe Bell running around desperately groping for a chance. And it seems to me that there are those of us who could help them who never even stop and take time out to think about them.
I would suggest, Mr. Leonard, that you save your editorials for your paper.
What a bad idea.
This is a court of law. I presume that you have nothing to offer in the way of direct testimony that he didn't kill this man.
Well, all I have to offer is what I've told you about his courage, his loyalty, and his devotion. He saved my life at the risk of his own, and you have my word for that. That is the truth.
Your word. And you expect this jury to take the word of a man who knew this boy was wanted for murder and yet deliberately withheld that information from the authorities, which is, Mr. Leonard, a criminal offense in itself.
If you're in a hurry, mister, I can save you a lot of time. I didn't kill him.
Why didn't you come back and clear yourself when you found out you were accused of murder?
I once served time for something I didn't do. I told them the truth and they threw me in jail. They wouldn't believe me then. Why should I expect them to believe me now?
Young man, this is an American court. Under our laws, a man is considered innocent until he's proven guilty. Are you under the impression that you're not being tried by a representative American jury of your equals?
Equals? They don't think I'm their equal. Why should they? I'm not a responsible member of their society. I'm a bindlestiff, a tramp. What I do, what I think, what I feel, what happens to me don't bother them that much. They read about guys like me and then forget them. As far as they're concerned, I don't exist. I'm a nobody with a capital N. And if I do butt into their lives, they got one answer. Go back where you came from. This case isn't going to be decided on whether or not I committed this murder, but on who I am.
This jury will base its verdict on only one factor, what they consider to be the truth.
Yeah, I've been watching him for a whole week twist the truth into a rope around my neck.
Then you admit that everything that's been brought out in this trial is the truth.
Sure, as far as you let him tell
Is it or isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Let's get this thing over with.
That's all.
Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Joe Bell has summed up the issue in this case far better than I ever could. And he went right to the heart of things when he said this trial is being judged not on whether or not Joe Bell killed this man, but on who Joe Bell is. And he answered that for you, too. He's nobody. Just nobody. Well, there are an awful lot of nobodies in this world, a great many more than there are somebodies. And if they were all to be judged only on that basis, then you'll have to say that the whole system of American democracy that we believe in is wrong. And that's why this trial is so important. Now, the prosecuting attorneys tried to make you believe that this boy was already a hardened criminal when he first got into this town. If he was, by the light of the testimony that's been introduced here, then you've got to say that thousands of boys like him, wandering over the face of this country, looking for their little spot in the sun, are criminals too. And I don't think you believe that. And that's another reason why this trial is so important. Because it means an awful lot. Not only to Joe Bell, but to those thousands of other boys who are like Joe Bell and who are watching this trial because they feel that what happens to him here in this courtroom will happen to them too. And you can't let them believe that. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot brand them as criminals and kill them all off. A criminal's grave must not be their destiny, and it must not be their share of the earth we call America. Now, I think all you need is not a lot of legal testimony, but just to understand this boy, to feel what's really inside his heart. And I guess the only way you can ever feel that is to have the person who's closest to his heart tell you about it. Mabel.
When he got back that night, he threw the gun away. I knew he couldn't go through with it. That kind of boy couldn't commit a murder. If I thought so, I never could have lived with him. Then for a while, things looked as if they were going to break all right for us. Joe got a job. He got it by himself. He belonged. If I could only make you understand what that meant to him. He belonged. For the first time in his life, Joe got what he wanted. A place to hang his head. He wasn't at all like the boy that got up on the stand today. He was happy. Now he's bitter. He thinks that the world's against him, that he hasn't got a chance. But he's wrong. You've got to prove to him that he's wrong. I believe you will. I believed it so much that I took a chance on turning him in. He hates me for it. But I had to take that chance. We just couldn't go on running away any longer. I'm asking you to believe me when I tell you that my stepfather was a sick man. Joe didn't kill him. He hit him, yes, when Dad started to hit me. Joe couldn't stand it. He loved me. I'm telling you the truth. You've got to believe me. If you don't, then don't convict Joe alone. Convict me, too. Because then I'll have to believe the way he does, that there's no hope for people like us. And I don't want to believe that and go on living.
Defense rests.
Order. Order in the court.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
The defendant will rise and face the jury. What is your verdict?
We find the defendant, Joe Bell, not guilty.
The defendant is discharged from custody.
Congratulations, Joe.
Thanks.
Oh, he's free. Joe.
Thanks.
Joe, you're free. Oh, Joe. Oh, you're free. Oh, Joe.
Mike! You come to my place sometime. I fix you something very special. You just drop me a telephone.
Mabel, I just thought of something funny. This is the first time we've been on a train together and paid our fare.
This is the first time we've been on a train together and knew where we were going.
That's right. We're going home. We finally...
I know what you're going to say, Joe. Found a place to hang our hats.
Yeah, a place to hang our hats.